Welcome back to USA Coin, your ultimate destination for all things coin. In today's video, we're delving into the fascinating world of US pennies as we uncover the history, value, and unique features of more significant coins. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this comprehensive guide will equip you with everything you need to know. Let's dive in. First up, begin with the 1980 Lincoln cent. Minted in Denver, this penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which debuted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1980, the cent featured the familiar memorial reverse design, introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, we find Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has stood the test of time. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1980, accompanied by the D mint mark to signify the Denver Mint. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny representation of Lincoln seated in the memorial, a detail that showcases the artistry and precision of the design. In 1980, the Denver Mint produced a staggering 5.14 billion Lincoln cents. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition used until 1982, when the mint transitioned to a primarily zinc-based planche. Circulated examples of the 1980 penny are generally worth face value. However, uncirculated coins can fetch between 25 cents and $1, depending on their condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher can command even higher prices, with some specimens selling for $5 to $10. Proof-like strikes, or those with strong red coloration, are particularly desirable to collectors. Mint errors can significantly enhance a coin's value. For the 1980 penny, look out for double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. These errors are rare and can sell for anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on their severity and appeal. The 1980 penny is a favorite among collectors seeking to complete a Lincoln cent collection. Its high mintage ensures availability, but finding pristine examples with minimal wear and vibrant luster can be a rewarding challenge. Next up, we turn to the 1990 Lincoln cent, another fascinating coin in the series. By this year, the Lincoln cent had undergone several changes, reflecting the evolving needs and technologies of the US Mint. The 1990 penny was part of a transitional period in US coinage. Since 1982, pennies had been struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet, reducing production costs while maintaining the coin's iconic appearance. The obverse continues to feature Brenner's Lincoln portrait, while the reverse still showcases the Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions include "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 6.85 billion 1990 pennies, while the Denver Mint struck another 4.92 billion. The coin's composition is 97.5% zinc, with a 2.5% copper plating, making it lighter than its predecessors. Circulated examples are generally worth face value, but uncirculated coins can fetch between 10 cents and $1. High-grade coins, MS67 or above, are rare and can command prices upwards of $20. Additionally, proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint are highly collectible, with values ranging from $5 to $10. Collectors should keep an eye out for error coins, such as those with die cracks, off-center strikes, or missing plating. A notable error for the 1990 Lincoln cent is the No S proof coin, where the mint mark is absent. These rare proofs can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. The 1990 Lincoln cent is a staple for modern coin collectors. Its affordability and availability make it an excellent starting point for new collectors, while error coins and high-grade specimens provide challenges for experienced numismatists. Next up, let's explore the 1967 Lincoln cent, a coin minted during a unique period in US numismatic history. The 1967 penny was struck during a time of transition and experimentation at the US Mint. Due to a coin shortage in the early 1960s, the Mint eliminated mint marks from all coins minted between 1965 and 1967 to discourage hoarding and streamline production. As with other Lincoln cents, the obverse features Brenner's portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse displays Gasparro's Lincoln Memorial design. Without a mint mark, it's impossible to determine whether a 1967 penny was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The 1967 penny was produced in large quantities with over 3.48 billion coins minted. It retains the traditional composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a weight of 3.11 grams. Circulated 1967 pennies are typically worth face value, but uncirculated examples can fetch between 20 cents and $1. High-grade coins, MS-66 or higher, are more valuable, with prices ranging from $10 to $50. Special mint sets, MS-67, and these coins often feature superior strikes and finishes, making them desirable to collectors. While mint marks were absent in 1967, other errors and varieties can still be found. Look for doubled dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value, with prices ranging from $50 to several $100s, depending on their rarity and condition. The 1967 Lincoln cent holds historical significance as part of the no mint mark period. It's a popular choice for collectors of Lincoln cents, offering an affordable yet intriguing piece of U.S. numismatic history. Next up, let's begin with the 1972 Denver Mint. Minted at the Denver Mint, this penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birth anniversary. By 1972, the Lincoln cent featured the memorial reverse design, created in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the 1972 D penny displays Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the inscription, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1972, alongside the D mint mark for Denver. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's design of the Lincoln Memorial showcases an intricate depiction of Lincoln seated within the memorial, a remarkable detail visible under magnification. The Denver Mint struck approximately 2.66 billion 1972 D Lincoln cents. These coins were composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a standard composition for pennies before 1982. Their weight is 3.11 grams, and their reddish hue is especially attractive in well-preserved examples. Circulated 1972 D pennies are typically worth face value, but uncirculated coins can range from 25 cents to $1, depending on condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher can fetch $5 to $15, with bright red specimens commanding premium prices. Errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can increase the value significantly, with some examples selling for hundreds of dollars. The 1972 D penny's widespread production makes it accessible for collectors. However, finding high-grade examples with minimal wear and vibrant luster can be a rewarding challenge, especially for those completing a full Lincoln set. Next up, we explore the 1981 Lincoln Sink. By 1981, the Lincoln Sink's iconic design remained largely unchanged, but it marked the final year of consistent copper composition before the transition to copper-plated zinc planchets in 1982. The obverse continues to feature Brenner's portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse displays Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions include United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 7.49 billion 1981 pennies, while the Denver Mint struck another 5.37 billion, and the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins. The 1981 penny's composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc makes it heavier than later zinc-based pennies. Circulated examples of the 1981 penny are generally worth face value, but uncirculated coins can sell for 10 cents to $1. High-grade coins, particularly those graded MS-67 or higher, are rarer and can command $20 to $50. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, characterized by their mirror-like finish, are highly collectible and typically valued between $3 and $10. Collectors should be on the lookout for errors such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies. These anomalies can significantly enhance the coin's value. Notably, a 1981 penny with a major error like a clipped plancade or striking anomaly could sell for several $100s. The 1981 Lincoln cent is a favorite among collectors of late copper pennies. Its historical significance as one of the last years of the traditional composition adds to its appeal, making it a must-have for enthusiasts of the series. Next up, let's examine the 1964 Lincoln cent. This coin is notable for being one of the last pennies struck before the widespread removal of silver from circulating U.S. coins in 1965. The obverse of the 1964 penny features Brenner's timeless depiction of Abraham Lincoln, accompanied by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1964. The reverse continues with Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design, showcasing the intricate artistry that has become synonymous with the series. In 1964, the US Mint produced an astounding 6.65 billion pennies at the Philadelphia Mint and another 3.79 billion at the Denver Mint. Special mint sets SMS were not issued in 1964, but proof coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, catering to collectors. The 1964 penny retains the traditional copper composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. Its rich copper color makes uncirculated examples particularly attractive to collectors. Circulated 1964 pennies are generally worth face value, but uncirculated examples can fetch 15 cents to $1. High-grade coins, MS-66 or above, can sell for $10 to $50, with exceptionally well-preserved specimens commanding even higher prices. Proof coins from 1964 are highly sought after and can range from $5 to $20, depending on their condition. Error coins are another exciting aspect of the 1964 penny. Look for doubled dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These errors can increase the coin's value dramatically, with some rare examples fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The 1964 Lincoln cent holds historical significance as a prelude to major changes in US coinage. Its high mintage ensures its availability, but its role in the broader story of American coinage makes it a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, the 1978 US 1-cent coin was minted during a time of significant economic shifts in America. In the late 1970s, the United States faced challenges like high inflation, the aftermath of the 1973 oil crisis, and an overall economic downturn. Despite these pressures, the US Mint continued its operations and kept the production of coins, including the penny, on schedule. The economic environment during the late 1970s also saw a continuation of the Mint's decision to use a copper-based alloy for the coin's composition. This would remain unchanged until 1982, when the US government decided to reduce the copper content due to rising metal prices. The 1978 penny is therefore considered one of the last traditional copper pennies produced before the transition. The design of the 1978 penny was part of the long-standing tradition of US coinage. For over 6 decades, the 1-cent coin featured a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The design remained unchanged from its introduction in 1909. The obverse of the 1978 penny features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Above Lincoln's head, the inscription reads, "Liberty," while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is located just above Lincoln's shoulder. The year 1978 is inscribed at the bottom of the coin, marking the date of minting. The edge of the coin features E pluribus unum, which translates to "out of many, one," a nod to the unity of the United States. The reverse side of the 1978 penny features a simple yet symbolic design. A pair of olive branches surround a central shield with the words 1 cent prominently displayed. This design, also created by Victor David Brenner, has remained on the penny since its introduction. Next up, the 1977 US 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, is a significant piece of American coinage that offers a glimpse into the economic and political climate of the late 1970s. The penny has long been a symbol of the United States and is one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. Its design, history, and changes of its time, and it remains a coin of interest for collectors and enthusiasts today. The 1977 penny was minted during a time of economic instability in the United States. The country was grappling with high inflation and unemployment rates due to the effects of the 1973 oil crisis and the global economic recession that followed. These challenges were compounded by the political fallout from the Watergate scandal, which had led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon in 1974. In 1977, President Jimmy Carter was in office, facing an economy characterized by rising prices, high energy costs, and other financial difficulties. Despite these challenges, the US Mint continued to produce the 1-cent coin in large quantities to meet the public demand for smaller denominations. The design of the 1977 penny remained consistent with the familiar Lincoln portrait that had been used on the coin since 1909. The obverse of the coin features a profile portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln is depicted facing right, with the word "Liberty" inscribed above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" on the left side. and the year 1977 beneath his shoulder. The reverse of the coin showcases the Union Shield design, which features a pair of olive branches and a central shield symbolizing strength and unity. Above the shield is the inscription United States of America, while 1 cent appears in large letters beneath the shield. The motto E pluribus unus, meaning out of many, one, is found along the bottom edge of the coin. This design has been a hallmark of the penny since its introduction in 1909. The 1977 penny was minted in large quantities to meet the demands of circulation, with a total of 6, 5, 2, 8, 3, 6, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 cent coins produced that year. This high mintage makes the 1977 penny one of the most common coins in circulation, and, as a result, it is relatively easy to find. The vast majority of these coins were struck at the Philadelphian pennies produced at that location. Smaller quantities were produced at the Denver and San Francisco mints, which struck approximately 801 million and 224 million pennies, respectively. Given the high mintage, the 1977 penny is not considered rare, and in most cases it is valued at its face value of 1 cent. However, some uncirculated examples and well-preserved specimens of the 1977 penny may hold a slightly higher value, especially if they exhibit characteristics such as sharp details and minimal wear. Now, the value of the 1977 penny largely depends on its condition, with higher quality coins commanding a premium among collectors. Coins that are in near mint or uncirculated condition can fetch anywhere from a few cents to a few dollars, depending on the specifics of the coin's preservation. Errors on the 1977 penny are relatively rare, but they do exist. Some collectors seek out pennies with errors, such as double strikes, off-center impressions, or die cracks, as these can significantly increase the value of the coin. For example, if a 1977 penny were to have an off-center strike or a noticeable doubling of the design elements, it would be considered a more valuable error coin. These types of coins are particularly sought after by error coin collectors, who are willing to pay a premium for specimens with unique and rare characteristics. While the 1977 penny is not considered one of the most valuable coins in the United States minting history, it holds a place of importance in the world of coin collecting due to its association with the historical events of the time. The economic difficulties of the 1970s, the continued circulation of the penny, and the changes that would later come to the coin's composition and design make the 1977 penny a valuable piece of American numismatic history. Additionally, the 1977 penny continues to be an interesting coin for collectors because of its consistent availability, potential errors, and its connection to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, whose image has adorned the penny for over a century. Next up, let's shift gears and talk about the 2008 US 1 cent coin, another pivotal year in the history of the penny. The 2008 penny marked the final year of the presidential dollar coin series. The coin itself did not undergo a major design change, but it was part of a larger shift in US coinage during that time. The economic environment of 2008 was dominated by the housing crisis and the financial meltdown, which led to a deep recession. This caused the US Mint to adjust its production strategies, including a temporary halt in certain coin denominations due to the economic climate. The 2008 penny retained the same Lincoln portrait on the obverse that had been used for nearly a century. However, the reverse side of the 2008 penny featured a significant update as part of a multi-year program that honored the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 2008 penny showcased the first of 4 designs celebrating Lincoln's legacy. This particular reverse design depicted a log cabin, symbolizing the humble beginnings of Abraham Lincoln's life in a log cabin in Kentucky. The design is a tribute to Lincoln's early years and is one of 4 reverse designs that would be released over several years to commemorate his life. The obverse of the 2008 penny, with its enduring Lincoln portrait, continued to bear the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 2008, with "E Pluribus Unum" inscribed along the edge of the coin. In 2008, the US Mint produced the 2008 penny in large numbers to meet the ongoing demand for 1 cent coins. The total mintage for the 2008 penny was over 5.3 billion coins, making it another year with an abundant production of pennies. However, much like the 1978 penny, the mintage numbers alone do not define the coin's collectability. The 2008 penny, especially with the new reverse design, caught the attention of many collectors, particularly those who were interested in completing the full set of Lincoln bicentennial pennies, which would feature 4 distinct reverse designs celebrating different milestones in Lincoln's life. For collectors, the 2008 penny is particularly noteworthy because it marks a turning point in the design history of the US 1-cent coin. Coins from this year, especially those in mint condition, have become part of a larger collection of Lincoln bicentennial pennies, making them highly sought after. The value of a 2008 penny in circulated condition is typically still around 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples of the 2008 penny, especially those with pristine finishes, can range in value from $1 to $2. Proof versions of the 2008 penny can be even more valuable, fetching between $3 and $5 or more, depending on condition and the specific proofs set in which they were included. Errors on the 2008 penny are also an area of interest for collectors. The US Mint did produce some 2008 pennies with notable minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center coins. These error coins can be worth much more than their standard counterparts, with some selling for upwards of $20 to $30 or even more, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. Lastly, the 1994 US 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is an essential part of American coinage and is widely recognized in circulation. As one of the most common coins produced by the US Mint, the 1994 penny carries a history and significance that extends beyond its modest face value. To understand its place in the world of numismatics, it is important to examine the coin's historical context, design features, mintage, market value, and any errors or unique characteristics that may influence its desirability among collectors. The 1994 penny was minted during a period of relative economic stability in the United States. The 1990s were marked by strong economic growth, low inflation, and a booming stock market. The decade was also defined by the administration of President Bill Clinton, whose policies focused on reducing the federal budget deficit and promoting economic expansion. This period of prosperity contrasted with the high inflation and economic challenges faced in the 1970s and early 1980s, when the penny experienced fluctuations in its design and composition. In 1994, the penny continued to serve as an essential piece of everyday currency, used for small transactions across the country. As for the design of the 1994 penny, it retained the classic features that have been associated with the coin for over 80 years. The obverse of the penny features a profile portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, has been depicted on the penny since its introduction in 1909. The 1994 penny features the familiar image of Lincoln facing right with the word liberty inscribed above his head and the phrase "In God we trust" to the left. The year of minting, 1994, is placed beneath Lincoln's shoulder with the inscription E pluribus unum located along the edge. This design has become iconic and is one of the most recognized in the history of American coinage. On the reverse side of the 1994 penny, the design remained unchanged from the previous years, featuring the Union Shield. The reverse shows a shield with two olive branches on either side, representing peace, and the central shield symbolizing unity and strength. The words United States of America are inscribed along the top edge, with 1 cent in large letters across the center. Below the shield is the motto A pluribus unum. This design, also by Brenner, has been used on the penny for decades, and in 1994 it continued to serve as a lasting symbol of American unity. The composition of the 1994 penny remained consistent with that of previous years. The penny was still made primarily of copper, specifically 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition would continue until 1982, when rising copper prices led the US Mint to switch to a copper-plated zinc mixture. As the 1994 penny was still composed of mostly copper, it has a distinct reddish-brown color that collectors and the public recognize today. In terms of mintage, the 1994 penny was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of circulating currency. A total of 7, 1, 2, 6, 9, 5, 1, 0, 0, 0 pennies were minted in 1994, making it one of the highest mintage years for the penny. The production of these coins was spread across several US mint facilities. The Philadelphia Mint produced the lion's share of the pennies that year, with approximately 6.1 billion coins struck. The Denver Mint also played a significant role in producing the 1994 penny, minting around 1 billion coins. The San Francisco Mint did not produce any regular circulation pennies in 1994, which were sold as part of proof sets. Because of the enormous mintage, the 1994 penny is considered quite common in the world of coin collecting. Most of the 1994 pennies in circulation have been worn down by years of use, resulting in coins with significant signs of wear and tear. As a result, a 1994 penny in circulated condition is worth only its face value of 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples of the 1994 penny, particularly those in gem quality or near mint condition, can be more valuable to collectors. The value of an uncirculated 1994 penny may range from a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on its quality and whether it is graded by a professional numismatic organization. Thanks for watching.